The latest Constitution Amendment Bill, which has been passed, bases itself on the assumption that there is a basic structure of the Constitution which cannot be touched. The basic structure which enshrines the faith of a secular state, a republican state, a democratic state, a state committed to social change and advancement towards social objectives and social goals. Stop. Therefore, this basic structure is there. Stop. Then the question arises that though Parliament is supreme, yet so far as this basic structure is concerned, stop whether judicial review is permissible. On this question, sign of interrogation, if Parliament by a majority vote change this basic structure, whether the courts can look into this question, sign of interrogation, sir. This is one of the major questions that arise here. Stop. This arose when the last constitution amendment bill was passed, and this also arises now in this bill of my friend. Stop. The question is, can the courts look into this question, sign of interrogation? So far the government have proceeded on the assumption that there is a certain basic structure like the concept of republicanism, concept of secularism, concept of democracy, and so on, which should be immutable. Stop para. Sir, so far as these things are concerned, I think it is an accepted position. Everybody accepts these are immutable. Stop. The question arises, what are the modalities by which we ensure that these are immutable, that democracy is immutable, sign of interrogation. How do we ensure that those are immutable, that secularism is immutable, that democracy is immutable, sign of interrogation. How do we ensure that these are immutable without defining what secularism is, what democracy is? Stop. Then you will be giving a very wide, untrammeled, unguided, and unchartered power to the court to define these things and then say that according to the definition of these various concepts, which are fundamental concepts and which are part of the basic structure, and this particular law is invalid. Stop. Therefore, Parliament must be very clear and careful in its mind. That is, if Parliament wants to give power to the courts, then the courts will review all laws in the light of the basic structure. Stop. Parliament cannot then pass a law in negation to this basic structure. Stop. Then these concepts relating to the basic structure must be defined, and it has to be ascertained how far the courts can go into them. Stop. This is one aspect. Stop para. The other aspect that arises in this honorable member has suggested a parliamentary committee to go into the constitutionality of the statutes. The parliament passage. Stop. This is a very controversial provision for this reason that we have got a quasi Federal structure stop we have got the council of states stop we represent the states stop the states have certain rights which are under the law